That's the sound of a construction site at the Sponge School in Seattle's Beacon Hill neighborhood. For baby builders with hard hats and foam drills, they're laying down the foundation for their future.
I don't think the children even realize that they're learning another language. They're just coming here for a play date that happens to be in Mandarin.
That's HEIKE MISSAL, the co-owner of the Sponge School, who knows a thing or two about languages.
I speak German and English fluently, although my children might argue with me being fluent in English. I learned Russian. That was my first foreign language that I learned. And I also studied some French, and I'm trying to pick up some Spanish. And with Mandarin and Japanese, I'm unfortunately failing so far.
It's her love of languages that's the brains behind the Sponge School. With 3 locations in Seattle and the East Side, the center provides classes, private lessons, and also partners with school districts for language immersion programs for bilingual education for infants to elementary students. Baby Sabrina is one of the youngest here. For mom Shannon, this class serves as a way to incorporate her husband's Chinese heritage into Sabrina's life.
Yeah, we wanted to get her started as soon as possible, and so my husband started teaching her at home. I can't teach her, unfortunately, so I was really excited when I found this program where I could go with her and I can learn too, which is nice.
Every language class is taught by a native speaker at the Sponge School. This 85-minute Mandarin class for babies is all about building homes and part of 8 units in this year's curriculum.
To teach the language while having fun is most important. We don't do any drills. We don't give any homework. We place only very little emphasis on reading and writing. Our emphasis is on listening, comprehension. We teach them, I have a hammer, or I need a hammer, she needs a hammer, he needs a hammer. There's grammar right there, but it's integrated into the content.
I noticed that she would pick some words that were easier for her to say in Mandarin and Chinese than they were in English, and so for a really long time she'd go walking around and instead of saying thank you, she would just say 谢谢.
No, I just think it's so important for more families to do this, I think. And the more languages you can know, the better you can connect with other people, the less foreign things feel.
Juste pour un petit rappel, 10, 20.
About 20 minutes away in Shoreline.
We opened our doors in 2013 with 13 kindergartners.
The North Seattle French School was built on one family's mission to make things feel less foreign.
Being in that environment and having it be totally normal that your mom speaks another language at home, or that your grandmother has an accent, or that you eat certain kinds of food at certain times of year, that was just a great environment to grow up in and just to shape the way that you see the world. And I really wanted my kids to be able to have that.
50, 60.
The North Seattle French School is among many private immersion schools in the greater Seattle area, offering full-time bilingual elementary instruction.
300.
In this case, French is actually a language of instruction. So kids are learning math in French. They're learning science in French. They also might be learning it in English, and certain parts are combined or are co-taught, where both teachers are in the classroom and they're sort of teaching the concepts in parallel.
Oui.
The school has grown to 83 students from preschool to 5th grade.
Ça dit, je pense que ça va, mais si tu ne peux pas.
Teachers here are also all native French speakers. In the hallways, you can often find school director Gilles FAURE engaging with his students in French.
We have to bear in mind that, monolingual are not the majority in the world. More than 50% of the world's citizens speak 2 languages.
It makes you really understand that there's more than one way to say something, there's more than one way to express yourself and communicate or approach a problem. And to be able to give that understanding to kids so early really just shapes the way that they then think about how they're going to move in the world and how they're going to contribute to the world.
Contributing to the world by becoming a French teacher at the university level is something Mom HAILEY BURGESS never imagined.
Continued on in French eventually just finished my PhD last year in French at the University of Washington.
Her passion for learning was passed down. Burgess's son, a preschooler here, is about her age when she started Immersion and is loving learning French too.
Moi, je vois les rouges.
Tu vois des feuilles rouges.
But fluency isn't Burgess's goal.
A bilingual education, it's not just about the language. Speaking a different language, there's just such an advantage to being able to understand other cultures, and I think in this day and age, it's so important to do whatever we can to help our kids down that path of having compassion and empathy for others.
Donc, après, je mets ça.
Constructing life skills that open doors with dialogue.
Est-ce que je vais arrondir jusqu'à 20?
Strengthening foundations for whatever these little learners create in life.
Petite feuille orange.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or get video on demand and podcast anytime at seattle.gov.